Mere moments before our podcast tonight, the PTS went down and then came back online with updates. So we are going to do it live. We're going to do it live. That and more on this episode of the SWTOR Escape podcast from newoverlords.com. Our broadcast astromech today is EPC 468. And with me is Seema. Hello there. Hey, it's Seema. How's it going?
So explain to me, Max, what it means, the number name of the asteroid, because I know we haven't done 468 episodes.
468 episodes. Can you believe that? That is a lot. I listened to some of these like important actual podcasts and we've been doing it almost as long as a lot of those. Like Freakonomics. I think we have as many episodes as Freakonomics.
Because we just don't give up.
We do not. We persevere, just like Mario in the new Mario movie. He didn't give up, and that was basically his superpower.
Well, that is a good lesson that we can all learn.
Spoiler. Persevere.
How was my week, you say? It was good. I've been leveling my, well, Rodian Mayo is an assassin, but his combat style is Shadow.
Okay. Okay. Really? You would go that direction? Oh, that's interesting.
I don't know why I did that. Maybe I thought I would just recognize the ability names more or whatever, but
sure.
So I've been leveling him, and since we have double XP, that's been going very swimmingly. But I also used him to do the Galactic Seasons target of the FPs and the black hole this week, because I have been leveling him with story, but I decided to do those two targets, so that was a lot of XP.
Yeah.
So I did Directive 7, and then I did 2 black holes. And when he hit 76, then that's when the XP gear turns off, right? So
oh yeah, okay.
I took that off, and I transferred over some 306 gear, because running around the XP gear is sort of like running around naked. So now he's got like 306 gear, and I decided I would get all his left side 306 as well. So I found a fun way. I found it like no one's ever heard of this. Fun way to spend tech fragments, which is to buy those unidentified parts, and then you can get an ear and implants and relics that way. So I had a couple of them I had to buy a few times to get it up to 306, but it was really quick. And so now he's got like 306 left side stuff too. So I mean, probably a waste, because in 4 levels he'll be level 80.
Yeah, but still,
which will happen in 5 minutes. But yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't have like a one of those 306 sets, like the whatever the.
I did. I did. I had him on one of my other cares, so I sent him a Victor's, whatever. But those bonuses don't apply either after 75.
Right.
But I didn't. I guess I could have taken. I probably do have some 306 left side stuff on another character. But then searching for them on characters isn't as fun as just buying them.
Right.
And then tonight on our ops team, we had a bunch of people who shall remain nameless that had other things, better things to do. Sorry. So we ended up running. We ran Directive 7 again for the Galactic Season target for whoever didn't have it, and then we went and tried to do some Porthon. We tried to do some achievements in Uprising. He has like 3 achievements left, and he'll be 100% achievements for Uprisings.
Really?
Yes. So we gave 2 of them, I think 3 tries. They're tough. But then he very craftily didn't tell us about the 3rd one, and we got that one. So he at least got a achievement tonight. But the couple that we tried to get, it's like we've tried before. Like one of them is in I forget which Uprising it is, but you have to kill this boss without touching the lasers that go across the room. So it's kind of a Mission Impossible kind of thing. And it's one of those fights where there's a bunch of stuff on the ground that moves around, and then there's a bunch of ads that come and all that stuff. So, of course, you can't do an achievement like that in a pug because everyone's just going for the end.
Right. Right.
Um, and so we tried that a few times and failed miserably. And then we tried to do the last. There's an achievement for doing the last boss fight as a rat ghoul. So in this instance, there's a machine that will turn you into a rat ghoul, and so when you get your rat ghoul form, you have different abilities. So we were running around as rat ghouls killing this boss fight, and we got like down. It's two bosses, and of course, it's uprising, so there's waves of ads the whole time too. And we got the second boss down to like 15%, and then the whole thing reset. And so we're like,
Ah.
oh, yes, we're done. So we just killed the last boss in our normal form. But that's when we got the achievement that I'm talking about, which was like kill these bosses without them getting in some effect. I'm glad I'm able to inform you so precisely about these achievements, but some effect, and and we didn't even know we were going for it. And I told Thon that's a secret. Don't tell us next time what we're trying to do. But yes, I I feel for Thon because he's been trying to get these more than once now, and he's so close. So maybe we should form a group for getting good at uprisings and then knock out these last two achievements.
Yeah, I would jump in.
Yeah,
I would do some of
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
That sounds
So
fun.
yeah, the rat ghoul thing was fun once you got used to it because you pick the kind of rat ghoul you want to be, a tanky type, a DPS type, or a Healy type. Plus, we were doing it in veteran mode, so we had the
Oh, that's right. Okay, this
healing
all sounds familiar now,
healing stations. Yeah, so
which
that
is pretty
helped.
interesting.
Yeah.
Oh.
So anyway, that's been sort of. Have I left? I probably left some stuff out, but yeah, that's been sort of my week. How about you, Max?
Yeah, so I've been doing a lot of the usual stuff as you'd expect. A lot of Galactic Season stuff as well. The key things that I've been doing for Galactic Seasons have been GSF. So I did enough GSF matches to complete that objective. And again, it made me sad that the Galactic Season stuff isn't going to be in the next PvP season because that would have been nice. So I did GSF. Uh, I did not this week, and I'm going to skip not do the PvP objective. I know I said I would do that, but it's a lot of PvP, and I was doing other things this week. So I was doing some gathering a bunch of extra decos. I ran Spirit of Vengeance and got some new decos out of that I put in my Mechshaw Stronghold. My idea in the Mechshaw Stronghold is if you did Hutbreaker's compound, which is sort of the black market auction house in the Mechshaw story, I really like the Hutbreaker's black market auction house and all the little displays of sort of unique items, and that's what I kind of want my Mechshaw stronghold to be. So I've started to put some of that kind of stuff in there. There's a really nice out of Spirit of Vengeance, a Mandalorian weapon display. So I got the full Mandalorian weapon display, which is big. I've got that in there now. I've got a couple other weapon displays. I've got a thing from the it's one of there's I think there was two collections or two packs that were based on the Mandalorian. And I found this one thing that I had, I don't know when I got it, but I think it's from the season 2. It's the egg tank where where Baby Yoda kept eating the eggs.
Yes, eating the frogs. Yeah, the frog eggs.
Yeah, which was terrible, but you can get basically an incubator of it that's called an incubator, even though those were unfertilized eggs that they were carrying around. But you get the egg tank out of that collection that I thought was kind of hilarious. A few other things that I'm gonna go and do. Any of those new flashpoints are really good, including the one we're gonna do tonight, are good for new decos. When I ran the Shrine of Silence on the PTS, I got 2 new decos out of that. I mean, it's on the PTS, so I don't actually have them yet, but decos were dropping. So I like doing any of those newer flashpoints because you do get a bunch of those new decos, and it's cool. So I did that. As I said, Spirit of Vengeance. I tried to do a veteran uprising solo, and it didn't work. I tried to do Frostfire or something like that. Yeah, Frostfire, because I think there's the thing with Frostfire that completes more of the objective for the galactic season than it should, and I was gonna see if that was actually true, but you had to do it on vet mode, and the first boss spawns all these little ads, and they all ate me. I got et. And the boss has got an effect that takes off like 2/3 of your health in one shot. So it's not going to survive that. Shea Vizsla could not keep healing me up. But that's what I've been up to. Let's check out what's going on in the news.
Now, an Imperial News Network report.
So first up, as we said in the intro, the PTS did go down. They took it offline for a little bit, and Jackie said on the forums, hey, the PTS is coming down. We're going to do some updates. So get ready. We're going to, we'll bring it back up at some point in the future. Well, that point in the future was basically a few hours later. I mean, it felt like, it could have gone down yesterday. I don't know exactly when they took it down, but it's back up now. And if you look at the notes that says what was down and why it's back up, it includes updates to some of the design of the bosses, which we were waiting for, including the curse. So that's what we're going to do tonight. I was just going to show video of the run through. We're going to talk about the Shrine of Silence in general, but I think we're going to run it. We're going to run it live because I want to see the curse and I want to see that updated
Yeah.
art. So
Let's
we're
go,
gonna,
go, go.
We're going to get in there and we're going to do it live. So yeah, cool. What else we got?
Oh, so if you want to do, okay, there is a bug right now where the Horizon Razors Tatooine course quest is infinitely repeatable. That's a known bug and it's going to be fixed. You might as well just play the game like it's meant to be played, though, because that's the way it's meant to be played.
Yeah. I think
It's
that's
fine.
right. I think that's reasonable. And I think that's a reasonable ask of BioWare and a reasonable thing for us to just do. If anybody is like in there, well, they said it was an exploit, so I'm going to run it a million times. Well, fine. I guess you're not going to
Just
get punished
because you
for it, but
can do something doesn't make it.
right. So,
Well, and also it doesn't make it right, but it also may not be that rewarding. So just
right.
go on playing the
That's
game.
why there are these limits to things because you're just
Play
going to
the
like
game.
bore yourself and burn yourself out. And you'll never want to do it again.
If you're wanting to do it over and over again so you can go for achievements, you can go for achievements anyway.
Right. Something else that I thought was interesting, third thing that came up in the news was they did talk about the changes coming in season 3 to arenas and how you get credit for arenas in the weeklies for the PvP season. And what they're doing is making it slightly easy to complete those arena objectives for the PvP season. Now, I personally didn't think that they were all that weighted all that differently than the Warzone objectives. In fact, it felt pretty equal to me. But I kind of have been liking arenas lately, so maybe it doesn't. If you
Maybe you're
if
just
you
weird.
don't,
Is that what you're saying?
well, no, because I'm finding it slightly more enjoyable, so it's easier to get into and easier to go through. But all they're doing is just a tiny notch down on earn 7 medals in 6 arena matches instead of 8, play 12 arena matches instead of 16. Playing 16 arena matches in a week did seem long to me. And then win 4 instead of win 6 for the week. So those are the 3 weeklies for the arenas. And that doesn't seem too bad. That does seem very reasonable.
And you run them solo, right?
When I was doing it, I'm not doing them anymore, but yes, I was just solo queuing for arenas and it was working out just fine.
What does
And
this last line refer to? A tiny Marvor net
in
in the post. I'm reading it on your screen. Gotta run. I guess Kaizaika needs help crafting a tiny Marvor net.
I think that's something. I think spoiler. I think that's a secret pet you can get on the PTS in the new Voss zone when it drops. You can get a baby Mavor, I believe, and there's some things you got to do. There's like a little bit of a puzzle journey quest. I didn't think there was a net. I thought you had to like craft some food, but then maybe you got to get a net too. I don't know. So
Maybe
yeah,
that's a
somebody's being
PvP
saucy.
reference.
Bryant there is being a little saucy and
It's being
Little
saucy.
hints on things to come. Yeah, I believe that's a reference to what's coming in the new Voss zone, which we will get to soon. What about guild news? We've got a guild, Seema. Did you ever hear of our guild? It's Alayakast. It's a long and storied history, 15
How long have
years
you
or so.
been in this guild?
Probably almost that long. Yeah. I mean, I was in WoW for many years before coming into Star Wars, and we've had the Star Wars Guild since Star Wars launched, which is over 10 years, 10 and a half years. So probably 14 years. That sounds about right. Wow. That's kind of long.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it is. So I'll just say just quickly because we want to get to the flashpoint. We do have activities every week in the guild. We have 3 or 4 or 5 ops teams that are running once a week each. Some of them do need alternates, and so it's always worth checking into if you want to get into group activities, group content. But then on Tuesday nights, we have our open guild night. Everyone's welcome to come. Occasionally, we do an operation on those nights, in which case you do have to be a subscriber and you do have to be level 80. But other than that, we usually don't have any requirements because sometimes we do rampages, sometimes we do world bosses, and anyone can come for those. Um, on Wednesday nights, we do have some people that are running PvP. So if you're interested in getting into some PvP with friends, that's a good opportunity. And then on Friday nights, many Friday nights, we have a group of people running Galactic Starfighter or Get Some Fun, as we call it.
Hmm.
And we're thinking about changing up Friday nights a little bit so that we have some other stuff going on Friday nights as well. So
Yeah.
stay tuned for that.
Maybe rotate in some different things on different Friday
Like,
nights.
yeah, like the odd Master Mode Flashpoint or Achievement Nights or something like that.
I saw the group running the PvP last night. Looked like a good group in there. I did not have a chance to get in there. And Wednesday nights are a little difficult. I got one of my daughters is got a week off before she starts an internship downtown, so she's been hanging out quite a bit, having a little fun on the side, which is why I missed ops team tonight because we had to eat some fun food, Portillo's. We had to eat Portillo's and watch the Mario movie. And her older daughter, my accountant daughter,
Is that a pizza place? That sounds very
Portillo's?
appropriate.
No, it's Chicago. I had a Italian beef sandwich.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
that's
sounds delicious.
yeah, hot dogs, beef, Italian beef. That's where Portillo's got its start. But they do a lot of things now. But yeah,
The chat room
classic.
is reminding me that the chat during MFN is a lot of fun too, and honestly, it's the main reason for coming to MFN. I mean, yes,
Yes,
we do some targets and we get some work done, but it's all about the chat.
yes. Shout
I'm
out
enjoying it.
to Cal from Today on Tour. The Galactic Champion, the SWTOR Galactic Championship is continuing. It's gone through 2 rounds so far. Episode 2 of the Galactic Championship is up right now on YouTube slash youtube.com/@today-on-tour is what it looks like. So Today on Tour that's Cal's channel. I think those episodes are going to be going up each weekend. So you could look for episode 3 coming up this weekend, which would be great to see. Follow that. Lots of fun. It's weakest link gets kicked off each round. It's kind of how they're working it out. So, I mean, it's a bunch of usual suspects in there like Zamzam and Kogas and other fun content creators and community people and players. Shout out to our chat room, where we never kick out any people and no one is the weakest link. Really appreciate everybody
Okay.
coming in and hanging out and helping us not be the weakest link in podcasting and not having things on working. Everything was working tonight. Everything was thumbs up, 5 by 5 in the pipe. So thank you to all of you. And we will continue with the things that we're talking about in the pre-show after, if I don't forget. Now, let's light some things on fire.
Power will be yours if you are willing to burn.
Are you willing to burn, Seema? Should we burn? Should we start some things on fire right now?
I totally burned some cornbread earlier this week.
Oh, you were willing to burn
Like
cornbread.
all the way, so it was black all the way through, and I had to like air out the house. I
That's a
totally
good
forgot
one.
it was in the oven.
That's a good one. That
I'm like,
is a
what
good
is that?
one.
I smell a slightly burny smell. What is that? My neighbors must be up to something.
The burning is happiness. So,
Yes. So apparently I am willing to burn.
uh, I was excited. I ran Shrine of Silence in story mode on the PTS. I recorded it. Then I was prepping for the podcast yesterday, or I think I was looking at yesterday or even this morning, and the PTS was down. And I just went, wow, that's sad. But that's fine. We've got the video. We're just going to show the video, and I've got some notes, and we're going to talk about the thing in general and each of the bosses. Just go through it a little bit because we didn't get to it last week, and it's a fun experience. And I was just going to show the video. However, the PTS came back up. It is back up now, and if you look at the notes on what they updated and why they took it down, why they brought it back, they updated some of the art assets. And one of the art assets in particular that it sounds like they updated that I'm very excited about is the last boss, the curse. So I don't know how updated it is. I don't know if it's the final, if it has achieved its final form or not. But we're going to take a look. If it is the new art that they were hoping to put in there, I'll be very excited to see it, and we'll get some pictures out afterwards, but we'll see it live on the show. So we're going to go through this. So this may be a little choppier of an episode than usual, but we'll try to describe what's going on and just describe the walkthrough for people that are only listening to it on audio as well. So this is Shrine of Silence. You pick it up in the landing zone. There's a terminal in the landing zone, in the middle of the landing zone, in one of the buildings where you pick it up. But then to get in, does it give you so pick it up story? Are we in a group? Yeah, we're in a group. Complete the Shrine of Silence flashpoint. Do they give you the travel? Oh, they do give the little. No, they don't. No, there's no travel.
That's the combat droid. Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to go there. It's not far. But it is in the zone then, and you have to.
The more time we spend in this little village, the
Oh,
more I
it's
like
north.
it. I wouldn't mind like a stronghold that was this kind of a setting.
Seema did point out that apparently it is rug cleaning day.
It is rug cleaning
The
day.
boss, and
Every day.
they had to hang all their rugs out to dry on lines over the streets, apparently. But we also said, don't. It looks really good. The fabric looks good and it's colorful. I like that effect. It does
Yeah,
add a lot
I
of
do too.
texture and flavor. And we also noticed Seema was hanging out over here by this building where you pick up the Shrine of Silence mission and notice that there's a rug sitting in here. And she said, "What's up with that rug? Why isn't that one hung out for cleaning?" And she also noticed, which you could see here if you're looking at the video, that it's not straight. It's not aligned.
And the desk isn't either. So this is just like,
Yeah.
like
The
real
desk
life.
is askew, the rug is askew, and I said they couldn't wash that rug. They needed to leave it there because it really ties the room together.
Yes, that's right. You can never wash that rug because it ties the room together.
So there's that. Man, that's just like your opinion, man. Okay, so then it's not far for the entrance, but you do have to weave your way around some of these mavors. They're mavors, right? Maw? Yeah.
I mean, yes, maybe.
Mavor. I kept saying muvor, I think is what I used to call them. But they're mavor. Mavor. Where are you at?
I'm behind you. I'm coming.
Oh my god. She's behind me.
Watch out. She's behind you.
She teleported behind me. No offense, kid. I have my stork. I don't know if I told this story, but I tried, and I didn't try now that they've updated the PTS, but I tried to get in here on my mercenary, and I could not. My mercenary and my vanguard could not, no matter what I did, no matter what missions I had or didn't have, or what gear I was wearing, or anything that I tried, I could not enter the flashpoint. And in fact, I grouped up with Seema. Seema walked in front of me, and my stupid mercenary and vanguard would just bounce right off the front.
He just kept bouncing his nose right on the entrance.
So I went and copied over. Only phase owner may use this. Oh, we can only have one combat support droid? I guess we can only have one combat support droid.
I
That's
think we'll be okay.
sad. So, story mode with 2 players, 2 companions, and a combat support droid. You think we're gonna make it?
Yeah, I think it might work. I think it might work out.
I
I
was,
mean,
I was
in
thinking
our
we probably
defense,
don't have to do
we
anything.
we don't want to, pay a lot of attention because we're talking.
Right, right. You start out. So here we are. We are in the entrance, and it's a shrine. It's interior. The whole experience, the whole map is interior. There's no exterior parts of the flashpoint, and it's pretty cool. So before we started, Seema, why don't you give your overall impressions because you ran it solo as well?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I just thought it was very interesting looking, and I liked. Um, I really did like the look of it, and I also found it very sort of. I don't want to say completely intuitive, but like easy to go from point A to point B, which makes it a more fun experience. Like I get that sometimes you want a more mystical thing where you have to figure out where to go, but this is nice too. So I like that.
I would say that that's true, although if you're also trying to be a completionist and complete like the bonus boss and you're not looking at any guides, and there are some good guides out there, if you're not looking at any guides, there are plenty of mysteries as well.
Well, I mean, there you go. You can have it both.
In fact, I could not figure out on my first run through how to get to the bonus boss because I didn't. We'll get to it. So mild. There's going to be mild spoilers, including how to do the flame puzzle and how to get to the bonus boss. And we're going to talk about a couple of the achievements as well. It's not going to be exhaustive, but if you don't want to hear any of that, you might need to skip ahead, or skip to next week's episode. So minor spoilers on some of that. None of the story is getting spoiled because we don't know the story. Although we do know some vague things. Apparently, some boss were doing some archaeological stuff in here, and they delved too deep and too greedily, and they know what they awoke. Flame and fire and shadow and fly, you fools, something, something. No. But we're down to come after and follow them. We drop down through this hole. In fact, you see this rope hanging down. This is where they drop. We're dropping down into here to go see what's up. What's up, bro? What happened? So you can pretty much see this. This ties into the story, but it isn't required to complete the story. It doesn't have anything to do with like the main story and what's going on with Malgus. This is a side related thing, but it's not, you're not going to miss anything if you don't do the flashpoint. They explicitly said that in the dev podcast. Of the main ads, the creatures, so we've got our first set here. There's lots of Mavor, so plenty of Mavor to deal with. I also brought my Sork. I thought my Sork was a good choice too because there are so many mysteries in here. I figured I would need to shoot lightning at them because that's how you figure out
Yes.
any
that
puzzles
is.
and mysteries. You shoot lightning at it. There's Mavor and there's Varantikai. That's the plural of Varanticus. For anyone who needed to know, that's the scientific term for the plural of Varanticus. There are regular mobs of the Mavor and the Varanticus. They are also adds in some of the other fights. And there are the first boss you'll see is a big Varanticus. Now, there's this red Mavor back there you can see. The red Mavor, from what I've heard, detects stealth, but the other Mavor don't. So if you really steer clear of the red ones, you can probably get through and stealth past a bunch of this stuff in the beginning in particular. But watch out for the red ones. I cannot figure out in the second ship of Spirit of Vengeance which of the mobs is the stealth detectors. In the first ship that you're on in Spirit of Vengeance, the dogs are the stealth detectors. And if you get close to the dogs, they can detect you. They can see through stealth. In the second area, it's really annoying because there's some mob that if you get anywhere close to it, and I think it's like within like 20 meters or 25 meters, it puts an effect on you, a debuff target on you that when that goes off, it takes like 10 seconds to go off. When it goes off, no matter where you are, it pops you out of stealth and aggroes everything in that pack of whatever that mob was in to you. So I've tried to like sleep some things in Spirit. I don't know. If anybody knows which ones it is in that second ship in Spirit of Vengeance, that would be interesting. I don't know if it's Lore Masters or what. There's another red Mavor, a corrupted Mavor Mauler. And here's another pack of Mavor. But yeah, I like the glowy stuff. Doesn't it look good with the bloom on? Lightning. We can lightning it all. Just shoot lightning at it. Yeah, this is pretty nice with. What is your companion set to? Oh, we didn't even have to kill those. We're just killing stuff for fun now.
DPS.
Mine is set to heals. Will you I'm gonna leave mine on heals.
I don't think, yes, I am set to heals, but I just don't think we're gonna have much of a difficulty here.
Right. But I don't want to even watch my health. So okay, so last pack of Mavors here, and then we're at the first puzzle to get into the main part of the shrine, which is you might have heard referred to as the flame puzzle. I figured it out how to get through the door. What I did not figure out is this is where you also need to be careful how you solve this, apparently, because this is how you bring a flame with you through the rest of the flashpoint in order to open up the bonus boss. So
I did not know that. I just figured out how to open the door, and that was it.
So you're clicking on these lights, and when you click on one of the lights, you basically pick up the flame, and you can see it's sort of like a flame over your head. When you pick up the flame, then you bring it over and you light up another of the braziers. So you light up this brazier in the back, and it opens up the back door. Because you need all three lit up on the front altar to even open up the main door. Okay, so Seema's got the second light. So this second one, Seema, I think you might need to do something special with. We'll see. Come
I
in
don't know.
here.
I just went around. Ooh.
Oh, I'll kill these. I think you need to. Now,
what did I do? I thought there was just a single thing here.
no.
I guess I
So
don't remember.
there's another door that you actually need to open, and then you take that single flame. But if you light up all three of these, so what is this ritual bowl? There's an achievement, I think. Oh yeah, if you light the incense, I think you get an achievement. This ritual bowl by. Oh no, that returned the lights to their original positions. Oops. Oopsie daisy.
I guess I don't remember what I
Are
did.
we
'Cause I
locked?
thought I just came around this corner, and
Oh wait, you've got the light on your head.
yeah, because I picked it up from here.
Okay, put that. Oh wait, this is open now over here.
Yeah, this is what I'm thinking of.
So light that one up, and then we've got to go. We got to go. See, I don't know exactly.
Yeah, now we gotta get another one.
We have to go back and light those three up. We don't want to light these ones up because that won't get us the bonus boss. So now, can you go pick up that other light?
The one I just placed.
The off of the main altar. Are you even able to pick that one up?
Probably. I'll grab it.
So what you need to do is there's a secret door that opens right back here. Once you, like right over here, I think, once you light up some of these lights. So were you able to get one? Okay, so
Yeah.
light up another one of that one, and then let me light up a third one. And see what, can I grab this light? Okay, then that closes that door, fine. Yeah, because this will get us a fourth light that then we can take through. Yeah, so I think this is it. So then you got to light up all three of these. Ooh, look. Open the door to the shrine. Defeat the corrupted Varanticus. Okay, so now this opened up this back door right here, which is the alcove of the secret light. So we can grab this one. And now Seema grab another one off of this altar that we just lit up over here. Oh, wait, no, it already opened this door. So I think we're all set. So now, once you grab the one of the lights out of the secret back room, then you take that with you through the rest of the flashpoint. Yeah, so we've got the door open over here, and all the lights are lit up.
Oh, nice.
When you bring this with you, there's now another room. Oh, now we're gonna have to fight the corrupted Franticus in just a second. This is the first boss. In fact, let me take a screenshot of it. Face me, monster. It's Can you turn around? Not that way. There's your butt. Okay. That's not a bad butt. Varanticus have a relatively well-formed gluteal cleft, by the way. Anyway, you bring it with you. There's one more brazier deeper into the flashpoint where you put that fourth flame from the secret alcove. He's not cooperating, so he's not going to be in the screenshot. Forget it, man. We'll just take him out of the stream. Hopefully we're going to get a good screenshot of the curse, and that's going to be our thumbnail for this video. There are healing stations all the way around. The way most of these bosses work, some of them do have a couple extra abilities on vet and master mode, but mostly they're just a little bit more difficult. So here's the corrupted Varanticus. He is the first boss. Relatively straightforward. You can run out of the room on this fight. You should both be careful not to if you're not trying to reset the fight, or, which I don't mind once in a while, resetting a fight. If you need to reset the fight, you can reset the fight on this one, which is kind of interesting. Should we kill the corrupted Varanticus, Seema?
Yes.
Game on. I think he's a pretty good model. He's pretty large. He's got a couple telegraphed abilities, and this is one of the first bosses which includes the new donut telegraphs. So there's like the small red circle, and now here's the medium red circle where you need to like be inside the donut. There's 3 different basically radiuses of circles that you need to be careful about. Now this blue circle, I think I want to not put that in the group. If we were in a group of four people, whoever happens to be tanking at the time needs to worry about that. In fact, I messed up those new telegraph circles, didn't I? But yeah, so conal effect with a knockback. Don't stand in that. Don't face it towards the group. And then the donut and the new circle kind of donut things. Just watch out for those. Not a problem. And doing this on solo mode, I did not find it very difficult. Did you find the flashpoint?
No, it was not difficult. In fact, right, I stood in the donut, and
Yeah.
it was still fine.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with that because this is your chance to see it. And if you're not like if you want a challenge, then you're not doing it on story mode. Do you do it on vet or master?
Right.
There's a mode for that.
So here are the 2 decos that I got last time I ran through this. I got the Chained Crystal Light and the Voss Temple Fireball. This time, let's see, we got no decos off of this guy this time. But you're going to get, and they showcased some of these decos on the dev stream. Going to get new decos just by running the flashpoint, which is kind of cool. But yeah, use your heroic abilities if you need to. If you're doing it solo, you could probably I mean, we'll have to see. I bet some of this could even be done vet mode solo. Okay, so kill the first boss. You get into the next room. This is probably where there will be a little bit of a story when it turns on, because there's a Voss Commando captain that you need to quote unquote talk to. Right now on the PTS, there's nothing to, they don't say anything. They just turn red when you walk up to them, and you need to kill them.
It's a little disconcerting. It's like, hello, wait a minute.
Yeah, so they were corrupted. They basically became corrupted, and I think that's kind of going to be the story, is what's going on, and you're going to discover by the end what is corrupting everything in here. But it's a little sad that all these cursed corrupted commandos, you basically just need to murder them all.
I was, yeah. I mean, I was sort of when I first started this, I go, oh, good, it's all beasts and droids. I don't have to feel so guilty this time. But then right away, I was like, okay, now I feel guilty.
Ooh, look at that. There's some updated art. The creeping bramble. So the creeping bramble was the tentacle model that has existed in the game for a long time. That
Yeah.
art did get updated, and now it looks much more like a twisted vine, which is kind of cool. Look at that. Creeping bramble. Oh, it's dead. It did not
Dead
last
creeping
long, but we
Brandle.
will see more of those. Here's some more creeping brambles. Yeah, look at these. It's kind of cool. Yeah, I like the brambly effect, the vine effect. Good texture on it. Kind of hard to see. It's relatively dark in here, but they do look kind of cool. And here's some of this fireball right here. This is what the deck of the fireball deco looks like. It's a little ceramic thing. This I didn't. I forgot. Is there this dark altar? I think this is part of the story, not an achievement. I don't think it's an achievement, but once you get close, it starts putting an AOE effect out on everyone. You okay back there, Seema?
Yeah. Yes, I'm good.
We can.
I was looking at my outfit.
So fight these corrupted brambles. Then you have to click on this altar. So as you come close, I think there's. I'm not getting it. Maybe it's in the other mode. I was getting like a big. Like an AOE debuff that was happening as soon as I was getting close to this. I do not see that going on now, though. But then you click on this dark altar, and that was one of the sources of corruption was that dark altar with the Force Ghost hanging out above it. But that's not the end of the story. So now you got to
No,
keep
we have to
going,
keep
and you got to
exploring.
keep exploring it and go further down. Bunch of crystals. So the upper part of the shrine is more of a Voss shrine experience, and then as you start to go below, you get into rough-hewn caverns and lost ruins. I really like that you can sort of like see across some of these areas. There's a bunch of chasms, and you can see across the chasm. You can jump down there and die, which I did to
I mean, I
sure.
did kind of a Indiana Jones kind of feel.
Right. Right. And I like being able to see other areas of like where you're heading to, where you're going. More corrupted
Yes.
Voss mystics and Mavors that we're killing now as we go through. As we're heading down towards the second boss, which will be the twins. Or twins? Or the pair, the two more corrupted Voss commandos. Man, a lot of corrupted Voss commandos here. Don't stun me, bro. Advance. I just got an achievement for defeat corrupted enemies. That's what I'm doing. That's what I got an achievement for. Kill corrupted spirits quickly. There's a handful of achievements. There's a couple achievements that you need to do mindfully. You have to do things like in a certain order, or make sure that you are aware of what you're like do things slightly hard mode. Plenty of the other achievements are just, like kill X number of things, or kill this boss 5 times. So if you want all of the achievements, you will probably need to pay attention and figure them all out or look them up. For example, on the last boss, the curse, if you leave up a few of the Mavor ads when you're killing the last boss, that's one of the achievements. That's that kind of thing. There are 2 mini bosses that we'll get to in the chambers right before the curse at the very end. And those mini bosses on vet and master mode only, so we won't see it here in story mode, but on vet and master mode only, they each put a different kind of debuff on you. And that debuff, especially on vet and master mode, will affect your group. But you get an achievement if you have that debuff on you, and then you kill the other boss. So you need to go through twice and do it in the reverse order the second time if you want the complete achievement. Okay, so these guys, I wasn't sure, but when I came in here, no, I guess it was on this character even. They were kind of broken and they respawned, but I was able to walk around them and not fight them the second time. I'm just gonna see here. I'm just gonna walk around this. Oops, I stepped on the healing thing. I just healed us.
Yes, you
Can I
did.
just walk around here and could you skip this if you wanted to? Yeah, so it's open. I'm able to just walk right by them. But these are the two Voss mystics, Temsu and Radaki. If it's not required to kill them, you may be able to just skip these in general.
I mean, it probably won't advance the quest, but
Right. No, it says defeat corrupted Voss mystics. That's the next step. So you probably can't finish the flashpoint without killing them. So we'll kill them. Now that we've used up all our
healing
healing
stations.
stations. Not that we needed them anyway. So there's two. They each have slightly different abilities, nothing too strenuous out of their abilities. From what I understand, you can kill them in any order. You can kill them with, you don't have to kill them at the same time. Radaki has these big lightning storms that they put out all over the place, which are kind of annoying. It is often recommended, I think, in a couple of of what I've seen people saying is you might want to kill that one first, especially if you're doing it in the harder modes, because the other one just has a narrow beam that shoots across the room that's much easier to stay out of. So, but yeah, those lightning
I don't know if
storms
you saw that, but Shay went over the side there.
really got blasted over the
Yeah.
side by a knockback. Yeah, there are knockbacks from these two as well. Quinn in the chat room says those lightning storms look very cool. They do. They're much sparkier than a regular Sork lightning storm. They like dancing sparks dancing around the ground. It's still purple lightning, but it's sparks dancing around the ground. That looks pretty cool. All right, so we killed those two. Now it says continue to explore. We will be getting up to, I believe, let's see where we're in the next area here. The inner sanctum. It gets a little more temple-y again. And we start to get to this inner sanctum, sort of like a ruins area. I think I can knock some of these guys off. Although I think they jumped right back up. We'll see if they do. There's a lot of broken bridges in this second half. Nothing parkour-ish where you have to be like jumping around, but broken bridges always make me clench up just a little bit. Are you
Right.
worried about falling off the broken bridges?
Always. Ever since that Revan fight.
And where you have to jump up you have to
Yeah.
jump across the gap and you have to jump up
And
the broken stairs.
right, and the little tiny little crack you can fall through.
Right. And then that's Scum and Villainy. Scum and Villainy has the bridge with the holes in it.
Mm-hmm.
That's always a fun one to take
No,
people
that
in
is a
there.
fun one. I like that one.
And if you go really fast, you can just jump the holes. And if someone hasn't been in there before and they follow you real fast, they'll fall in the holes.
Yeah, but you always mess it up by telling them to be careful.
Well, I'm too nice about that. I still laugh. Wait, do we have to jump over this little thing? Oh no, we can go down the other way. You don't have to jump over that gap. Mind the gap, Seema. Did you jump it?
Yeah.
Did you see these effects? I don't know what this effect is supposed to be. It's like this. It almost
what
looks
is
like
that?
it almost looks like falling sand and sunlight coming through falling sand. It's not because there's no openings in the roof, but it's like a glowy spirit effect that's radiating upwards, and it sort of looks like it's like a particle
And it's like
effect to some degree.
changing shapes and
Yeah, morphing. It's really cool. It's not something I've seen in the game before. I really like it. So it's happening in a few different places here. So I don't know. It's a new shader we haven't seen before, making this effect in a couple different ways. And you can see it's got like a couple origins where it radiates out and then it gets mixed across it, which is pretty cool from a graphical effects perspective. I like that. So yeah, atmospheric, some new graphics, new atmosphere. It's not just reuse of all existing assets. There's definitely new things in here. There's some of the new decorations that are built into what we're. Ooh, I almost fell in that hole. New decorations that are built into things we haven't seen
So
before.
close. I don't know about you, but whenever I see like medical droids, especially here, this seems like there's a lot of them. It always makes me vaguely nervous. Like,
Yeah, like, what are you trying to say? Like,
like I'm gonna
like I'm
need
gonna
a
be
medical droid soon.
here. You're gonna need this. What? What? That's ominous. Yeah, well, just be ready for it. So here, if we go to the left, this is so we finished this first boss, we finished the second boss. Now here we're going to get to this extra shrine. This shrine is not hidden, but it's requires a flame, and you can tell because it's one of those little braziers where it's glows blue and you can click on it. But the first time through, if you did not discover the secret flame, you will not be carrying a flame with you to this point in the flashpoint, and you won't know how to light this up. And I went completely back, and there might have been a way, especially with the incense, to reset the flames for me to pop it open the second time, because I went all the way back to the beginning when I found this the first time, and I didn't pop it open. So I think with resetting and then popping the 3 braziers open in the second room, and then getting the secret flame, you could go, even if you passed it up, you could go back and do it. And that's what you want to do. But definitely light up the 3 braziers in the second room, not the 3 braziers in the first room, if you want to get the secret flame and open the door. This was a nice little area. I really appreciated when there was like 15 Mavors that come and stomp on you. Again, they're not all that scary, so it's nothing
I
to
mean, not in
be
story mode
too
with
afraid
like
of.
5 of us here.
Okay, so yeah. Okay. So this is not the bonus boss area, but this is the 2 mini bosses before we get to the bonus boss and the final boss. The 2 mini bosses are in this second to last area called the Collapsing Depths. You can see on the map there's a chamber on the right and a chamber on the left. Narrow bridge is we're going to the area with those 2 chambers. I am not going to fight this guy over by anywhere there's like a narrow. Hey, what you got? Bringing friends? Where'd that guy come from? Why am I stunned? Don't stun me, bro. If I could just have permanently not ever be stunned by an NPC, that would be great. But in this room is where the 2 chambers for the 2 mini bosses are. And these are the 2 mini bosses, each one slightly different. And each one on Vet and Master Mode gives you a different debuff. And carrying that debuff with you to kill the other boss is what you do to get one of the hidden achievements. So yeah, you'll have to come in and do it a second time to kill the other one, the second one first, and carry its debuff back to the first one if you want to get both of the achievements. So here's the
That's
first
cool.
Nil Oo is the first one with 2 strong ads. I didn't think there was anything that interesting about Nil Oo, especially in story mode. A couple red circles on the ground, but here you can see I'm just standing right in the red circles, and it's not doing much of anything. But kill the small ads first always, then kill the mini boss. They're mini bosses, they're not full bosses, so they're not going to be as difficult as a full boss. What are you doing there? Did you do that?
Yeah.
Orbital strike?
Yeah.
Did you do heroic moment, or what class are you?
I did. No, I did heroic moment.
Oh. Don't forget your heroic moments. I was doing Spirit of Vengeance, and I always forget to do my heroic moments. And then I did my heroic moment for fun in the had a coal fight at the end, and just for fun, I used every single ability.
That's how I always do it.
When-
I put it up there and I go right through. I
when-
mean,
yeah,
unless one of my really good cooldowns come up, which I don't have any. So
yeah,
yeah.
I liked that. I mean, one of them's a heal, so it doesn't matter. One of them is the dirty kick.
No,
So
they're not. Wait, which one's a heal? I don't think there's a heal.
I think that the third one isn't the third. Don't you have a green? Is that not a heal? What's the green?
No, it's a project.
Oh, wow. Well, there you go. I thought
Because I always thought it would be cool if there was a heal.
Yeah, well, I guess just because it was green on the bar, so here we're killing the soul coil. The soul coil is the second of the mini bosses. It's got 2 corruption tethers. Yeah, 2 of they look like the bramble vines, and the soul coil itself is updated with the new graphics, which is the bramble vine, spiky bramble vine with the big twisted vine wrapping around it. It looks pretty cool. But yeah, having the mini bosses in here and then having a little bit of something extra to do with the mini boss is fun. And now, ooh, I got a deco. And that time I got, another of the Voss Temple fireballs. Sweet. Uh, now we're getting to the final sort of zone in the map. And the final zone in the map has the bonus boss and the final boss. So if you take a left before you get to the end, you will know. Yeah, see, companions do not like to come down this hallway. They always freak out. They'll come after the bridge opens up, but they'll stop at the end of the hallway here, and they will not come down the hallway to the bonus boss until you get here, and then the bridge will come up if you've lit the secret brazier. So there we go. This is the cool little bonus boss room. Now, I did not fight this guy before. I think he's got some circles that he puts on the ground, and in the vet and master mode, I believe there's a button on the wall, which is one of those. Yeah. So this panel, I think this panel lights up in vet and master mode, and it's one of those don't press this buttons to make the fight
Right.
harder, and there's an achievement that goes with it, which I always like those in any MMO. So this is Kerba the Forgotten. He is a Gormak. Does he have his brain sticking out? Let me see if I can get my camera over there without aggroing him. See, he's a Gormak, but his brain isn't glowing, sticking out of his head. Maybe it's just the girl Gormaks have their brain sticking out. But he is an abandoned Sith experiment, Kerba the Forgotten. He is a Gormak that has been experimented on, apparently, and we're going to blast him. All right, so anyway, I started blasting. Let's see what his abilities look like. He looks sort of corrupted there. Big donut thing going on. I think I got to get close. I don't know. I'm not too clear on how all of the donuts work. Okay, so there's a small red circle, so don't stand in that. There was a big red circle. I think you need to move in and stand on the boss. Okay, like here, I think you need to stand in the orange circle on the boss and then move out when it turns into the smaller red circle. So new telegraphs, and those telegraphs of the red circles also have where the circle shows up and then an expanding radius circle inside of that circle, like a double layer, shows up to show you when it's going to go off. Oh, run in. There we go. Seema's just eating it all.
Yeah.
She's just face tanking it. And then, a bunch of circles at the end there. Another circle going off. Very trivial on solo mode with multiple people. Achievement completed, Ancient History. Oh, I think we got a deco. And Ancient History is defeat Kerba the Forgotten. Oh, which I did not do last time. Okay. What did you get? Did you get a deco, Seema?
No.
What did I get a deco? I don't know what I got. What's
I got a
it's
process isotope stabilizer. You might have seen that.
Yep. And I have tech frags, and apparently I'm capped on tech frags and keeps complaining at me. All right, so that was the bonus boss. Go back across the narrow bridge, and here we'll get to see if it is up and running. The updated art, and I hope it is, for the curse.
Ooh,
Did you
moment
follow?
of truth.
Ads. A little bit of trash. Another cursed commando scout we get to murder. Bunch of brambles attacking us. Are they dead? Already dead. So if you saw the dev stream, you would see the concept art that they had for the curse. So that's what we're about to see. But before they did that, when the PTS was running, the placeholder mob that they had in for the curse was the Terror from Beyond. So it was the tentacle monster from Terror from Beyond at the last boss of Terror from Beyond, the Terror. I do not see anything here. Oh, ooh, look at this. So it's a little bit
There he is.
tentacly like the Terror. So it's a little bit of the Terror model, but all the tentacles and texture and glowy effect are updated. All right, let me get some pictures of this. That looks cool, man. That is cool. I do like this. Let me get one without the nameplate on. So it's got two scythe-like arms. Let's see, nameplates on enemy NPCs. Shut that off. It's got a bunch of tentacles on the ground that it walks on. It's got two tentacles in the lower area. Its whole body is made out of tentacles. Its face, the maw of its face. It's got twitching mouth. Look at that. It's got twitching mouth parts.
I mean, they're like roots and like
yeah, roots. Yeah, roots and vines. They're flexible and they're twitching
vines. Yeah.
around. And oh, it's got a couple more behind it. Let's try to walk behind.
In its mouth. Oh my God.
It is kind of
I
terrifying.
mean, I guess that's a mouth.
This is well done. Well played, BioWare. Well played. Look at that. There it is in profile. You can see Seema running behind it. You're in the picture, Seema. You gotta scoot around. Come to my side. Don't aggro it.
Trying not to.
Yeah, good animations. One like a tail tentacle coming out of the back. Oh, look, Seema's already putting
Yes,
healing
I
effects. She's getting a little
I
twitchy.
no, I ran over a
Oh, it
hope,
ran over.
hope we don't need it. I consumed it.
So it's got a tail thing out the back. All right, let's go back around the front, and then I'll slowly walk closer and closer to it. Because I've got the video recording. I'm not even bothering to take screenshots. I'll just cut them out of the video. We won't need the. So this fight is multiple phases. The first half is here in this room, and the second half is he brings you basically into a spirit world. Okay, I'm gonna slowly start moving forward, closer and closer and closer. Get better and better video. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. That is pretty cool. And more of those glowing effects all around it. Oh, that looks great. Look at that. Oh, he's looking right at me. Surprised I haven't aggroed it yet. I'm like practically under the tentacles. How have I not aggroed it yet? Look at his mouth and his face. Does he not aggro until you... How close am I? Does he not... He must not aggro until you punch him or something, because I'm like... Okay, now I just walked right through him. So apparently he does not aggro until you smack him. Because I'm walking right through him now. Well, cool. I'm glad we can like walk right up and get some good visuals on him.
Oh my gosh, he's more terrifying close up.
Shapist is just looking at me like, what are you doing? Are we gonna kill this thing or not? Thorns coming out all over the place. Okay. All right. Good enough. We got plenty of video of that. Let's let me turn the nameplates back on because there are a couple ads that are going to come out that we would want to see the names on. So there's two kinds of ads. One, you can't damage. It's another bramble that comes out of the ground and you can't damage it. And one of the notes I think that is still to be done is they're going to put some sort of signifier on it that shows that it's not something you can damage. And then there's Mavors that come out. And one of the achievements is to leave up a bunch of the Mavors. In fact, maybe we'll try to do that. So when we go into the spirit realm, I think there's 2 packs of Mavors, but let's leave them all up because we might kill it before the second pack can spawn. So we'll kill Mavors that spawn out here. But once we go into the spirit realm, let's not kill any of the Mavors. All right, ready?
Ready?
All right, game on. Boom. At 50%, he transitions into the spirit phase. So we'll have to see what that looks like. Okay, the big, you get big pie-shaped telegraph. You don't want to stand in that. Sticks his tentacles into the ground, and once he sticks those front tentacles into the ground, that's when this bramble comes out. Ooh, now we already got him into 50%. These big swirly circles are sucking us into this spirit view. Whole screen sort of turns gold. Looks really cool. Now some Mavors are going to come out. Don't kill the Mavors. Hopefully our companions won't kill the Mavors either. I didn't even think of that. In fact, I'm going to put Shavis on passive.
So this is like a oh, passive. Good idea. This is like a spirit world because I didn't. I mean, when I was doing it before, I just said, "Oh, look, yellow."
Yeah, in fact, and there may be some sort of story associated with it, where these Mavors are just dying to splash damage. I don't think we got it. We didn't get the achievement, but we did cleanse the curse. So yeah, I think we're getting sucked into some sort of spirit world. I think that's how I've heard people talk about it. Maybe when we see the story, we'll get a little bit more of a description of what's going on. But yeah, the whole screen sort of turns gold. You get like sucked into that vortex. The whole screen turns gold as if you're into some alternate dimension. But yeah, I don't know for sure.
Something to do with these sparklies, maybe.
Maybe, and maybe that's part of the curse. And then you're done.
Yeah, I think it's cool.
Yeah, quite cool. I like, very happy with the art, and we'll put some pictures up of that if you weren't able to see it. So Quinn asks, what happens if you kill the ads? In general, you're supposed to kill the ads, or you can kill the ads. There's an achievement to not kill at least 3 of the Mavors and finish the fight with 3 of the Mavors up. But I think that has to be in vet mode or master mode anyway. It might not even work in story mode. The big bramble that comes out of the ground that's smacking you, you can't kill. So you don't need to worry about that.
Oh, like a dream state, Eflux is saying.
Dreams, yeah, it looks like a dream, or maybe you're getting cursed, your brain is getting corrupted, or whatever it is. But
it's so beautiful. It can't be corruption.
It's sparkly. It's beautiful, happy time. Take me. I bow. I submit to your power. Seema's in the cult of the bramble. She's starting the cult of the bramble. So join the power.
Join us.
But yeah, that's it. Do it on vet mode. Things get a little bit more difficult. Do it on master mode, and some of the mechanics switch up a little bit as well. On this fight, for example, there's a cast that happens. I think a spirit comes out, and there's a cast that happens where if anyone's health is below 50%, you die. So you need to keep your whole. This is going to be a little bit of a healer challenge to keep everybody healed up once that cast is going off. Make sure everybody is topped off above 50%, so you don't get cursed and get killed by that curse. So yeah. And as far as flashpoints go, what would you sort of rank it on the bell curve of flashpoints? In the median, or the top 10, 20th percentile?
I mean, I guess I don't know. However, I like it more than I like some of the more recent ones that are more concentrating on making things difficult and tedious.
Yes, it seems pretty fast and straightforward.
Yeah, which I like. And I like the whole I like the whole idea of having flashpoints be like a side thing to the main story instead of
Yeah,
an
as opposed to
impediment to
like,
the main story.
Objective Meridian and Spirit of Vengeance, and which are part of the story, and you have to play those to even see what's going on in the story. Whereas, yes, this one will be adjacent to the story, but not required, and will not tell a core element of the story, which is interesting. I don't know what it's going to be adjacent to the story. That's some speculation that maybe we can get into in the future as well. The Voss and something that maybe Malgus has going on with Voss relics and something that's going on here is related, because if all of this stuff is happening on Voss, it's got to be something related to the Malgus story, I would imagine.
I mean, one of the things I did recently with Rhodey and Mayo is I played through the Tatooine planet arc, which I haven't done in a long time. It's the Circa story there.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if it's going to be more like that, where it's its own story.
Right. Right. It may be. It may be. There may be a story that happens in town that says Malgus did come through and there was yet another relic that he got from some of these ruins. But hey, in addition, we're trying to clean up what Malgus did. Two of our researchers found something going on in this other ruin. We'd like you to come help and check out and find out what happened to those guys. So
Well, I mean, or maybe not even Malgus. Maybe it's like, our village is in trouble. We lost two of our people, blah, 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 blah. Can you find them, please?
right, sure. But I bet something with the
Yeah,
Malgus story is
you're
going on.
probably right.
Boss.
Yeah.
But otherwise, well, or maybe not. Maybe, again, we're just going to have another little conversation with Malgus and you know what he's going to say. Plans are in motion. Are you willing to burn? Burn.
Yes.
Burn. Wait, I got one more thing. Say to you. You have to be willing to burn. Yeah. But yeah, I think this may end up being one of the fastest of the flashpoints to run when all is said and done. We'll have to see how it works out. You get good at doing that puzzle in the beginning really quick, and then you're just popping through 3 main bosses and 1 bonus boss if you want to do it. And I bet this will be one of the fastest of the flashpoints to do. All right.
I like it.
Anything else before we wrap up?
I don't think so.
Okay. EPC 468, and you know what that means. 468.
No, what does that mean?
Is it ready to get kicked out of an airlock? It means 468 freckles on my face. I don't know what it means. 468 hairs in my chin is what makes up my goatee. 468. EPC 468 is ready to get kicked out of an airlock to broadcast this episode out, because that's how we wrap up every show. All the feed and subscribe links are on newoverlords.com. And then you can get to the videos on YouTube/newoverlords. You could also come chat with us in our Discord. That's where the root of everything that we do is sort of centralized these days, where everybody is in Discord. newoverlords.com/Discord is our link to get in there. If you would like some of the social feeds, you can get to us on Instagram, New Overlords on Instagram, on Twitter, @MaxTheGray and @TheNewOverlords, on Mastodon, @MaxTheGray and @NewOverlords, mastodon.social, and a few other places as well. I think there's a Facebook page and elsewhere. For AIE Guild information, and we're on Starforge, and if you want to get to our guild and come play with us, you can check out our guild info at aie-guild.org, and there's a Discord link right on there. Get into our Discord, go into the SWTOR channel in our Discord and say, hey, I'd like an invite. We've got guilds on both the Republic and the Imperial side, and we would love to get you in there, and you can come play with us. And with that, we will talk to you soon.
Later, everyone.